Welcome to the Independence Journey. In this video, I'm going to talk about Unity Technologies, one of the most important Metaverse companies. You might have heard this news. Travis Scott held a concert in Fortnite. Fortnite is a popular online game, and the concert drew more than 45 million users. That's a huge number of users. This news is actually from a year ago, meaning Metaverse is coming closer and closer in our lives. Even Mark Zuckerberg wants to turn Facebook into a Metaverse company. What does Metaverse mean? Let's find out. The term Metaverse is used to describe the vision whereby the internet will evolve into a virtual world. Metaverse means a 3D virtual living space where individuals dip in and out, interacting with one another in real time. The game Fortnite that we looked at before is an example of this metaverse. This 3D virtual living space is implemented by augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR. These AR and VR industries will become huge. According to this report, forecasting the growth of augmented reality and virtual reality market, the market will grow or accelerate almost 46% every year, and the incremental growth will be $162 billion, which is huge. The market is fragmented with several players occupying the market, and one of these key players is Unity. And that's why I've been watching this Unity stock very closely. Unity is the world's leading platform for creating and operating interactive real-time 3D content. And this real-time 3D makes augmented reality and virtual reality available. Let's take a look at the impact of Unity in the market. There are 5 billion downloads per month of apps built by Unity. 71% of the top 1,000 mobile games were made with Unity. 50% of games across mobile, PC, and console were made with Unity. We can see that the impact of Unity in gaming industry is huge. However, the impact is not limited in gaming industry. Let's take a look at the case studies by industry. We see games and also architecture, engineering, automotive, manufacturing, film, animation, and education. So this AR and VR are used by many more industries, not just gaming industry. I found one interesting case study in automotive, especially Volvo. There's a video for the case study with Volvo cars, and I will show you some screenshots and narrations from the video. In this case study video, Volvo engineers talk about how they use Unity in the automotive lifecycle. What was especially interesting for me was the part where they talk about self-driving. We also use Unity for machine learning, training for self-driving cars. We train the models to recognize different objects because we don't want to gamble with real people's lives when we are testing those scenarios. I think it totally makes sense. At an early stage of self-driving test, it might be dangerous to test it with real people. So why not use VR and AR created using Unity? That was persuasive. I think that argument was well made by Unity and Volvo. I'm buying into it. Also, it was good to know that Unity is used to create AR and VR used in self-driving which will also be huge in the future. Now let's take a look at financials of Unity. This is a shareholder letter for Q4 2020 and full year 2020. They reported strong results for 2020. The total revenue for the fourth quarter and full year 2020 reached $220 million and $772 million, representing a 39% and a 43% year-over-year increase, respectively. That's pretty impressive. Additionally, non-GAAP gross margin was 79% for full year 2020. 79% of gross margin. It's very high. I think that's one of the advantages that software companies have, and I like it that Unity has that advantage. We can see that the total revenue is growing consistently, and the non-GAAP operating margin has been improved when we look at the numbers year over year. This graph shows the customer base. The customer base is increasing constantly, which is good. And these numbers are dollar-based net expansion rate. This rate measures the revenue from existing customers. So when dollar-based net expansion rate is higher than 100%, it means the revenue from existing customers are increasing. In turn, it means existing customers like the service and products from Unity. Let's take a look at the summary. The market cap is currently $29.9 billion. As we've seen in the shareholder letter, the revenue is consistently growing. But when we look at the earnings, it seems they are consistently losing money. However, there is a good reason. If you look at research and development, they spent $400 million in 2020, when the revenue in 2020 was $770 million. So they are spending more than half of the revenue for research and development. They are investing in the future growth of the company, and I think it's a right and important move. Back to the summary. The analysts mostly recommend buying Unity stock. Their target price is $123 on average, and their current price is below that average target price. Let's take a look at the stock price chart of Unity. Since its IPO, the stock price went up more than 100%, and then it started to go down. In February, there was a bad news from Apple security update. Then in March, there was lockup expiration. The stock price went down with all other tech stocks. This was a good buying opportunity, but I missed this point. And then I bought Unity stock in July 19th with the average cost of about $99. I knew that Unity is a good long-term investment because it's one of the leading Metaverse companies. And at this point, in July, Unity went through the lockup expiration, and then the stock price seemed to be consolidating. So I figured this might be a good buying opportunity. I'll show you what the bad news was. Apple has updated its privacy policy. So to target mobile ads and measure how effective they are, app developers and other industry players currently often use Apple's identifier for advertisers, called IDFA. but once a privacy update rolls out, app makers will be forced to ask permission to access a user's IDFA through a prompt. A significant portion of users are expected to say no, which is expected to make targeted advertising less effective. Unity reported that the change in IDFA will reduce the revenue by approximately $3 million or 3% of revenue in 2021. However, I'm not worried. Unity seemed to be prepared for this Apple's privacy policy change. Unity pointed out that it's been preparing for the IDFA changes for 2 years, including developing a contextual ad model that does not rely on IDFA. Instead, the company can leverage in-game data to deliver relevant advertising while still adhering to stricter privacy settings as many consumers opt out of ad personalization. And the finance chief said the ability to adapt to the IDFA changes is far better than any of its competitors. Now I'll show you some good news for Unity. Cathie Wood has been accumulating Unity stocks. Wood has added to already substantial positions in 4 of ARK's 6 flagship ETFs, making Unity a top 10 position in 3 of them. All told, the 4 funds own more than 10.6 million shares of the stock, worth more than $1.2 billion. Cathie Wood is one of the finest fund managers in the world, so I'm glad to know that Cathie Wood is also investing in Unity stock. That was all from me about why I'm investing in Unity stock. If you have enjoyed this video, please help this channel grow by clicking the like button, leaving a comment, and subscribing to the channel. I would really appreciate your support. I also recommend checking out my other videos that may interest you. Thank you for watching.